If you're planning to visit Chiang Mai for the Lantern Festival in 2026, then this is the only video you'll need to watch. We just got back from experiencing Loy Krathong and Peng, aka the Chiang Mai Lantern Festival, and honestly, the photos don't do it justice. But here's what nobody tells you about attending: the reality behind those Instagram perfect moments, and whether you should actually participate in releasing lanterns or just soak in the magic from the sidelines. Get your notebook and pen, because in this video, I'm gonna cover everything you need to know about experiencing Loy Krathong and Peng in Chiang Mai in 2026. We'll talk about the exact dates, the meaning behind these beautiful traditions, where to go, how to participate, practical tips for tickets and transportation, and honestly, I'm gonna share some real talk about what it's actually like attending these events, including some of the challenges and surprises we encountered ourselves. This is your unfiltered guide to Loy Krathong and Peng, Thailand's most enchanting festival. And also stick around till the end, because I'll be giving you the exact Google locations of where everything is located, so you can have an easier time navigating the festival and more of the city. Comment Lantern Festival and I'll send you the link. Before we get into the practical details, let's talk about what these festivals actually mean and why they're so special. Loy Krathong is a traditional Thai festival celebrated throughout the entire country. The name literally translates to floating basket, and that's exactly what people do. During Loy Krathong, Thais honor the goddess of water and pay respect to the water spirits by releasing beautifully decorated krathongs onto rivers, lakes, and canals. These krathongs are small floating baskets traditionally made from banana leaves, decorated with flowers, candles, and incense sticks. The act of releasing a krathong symbolizes letting go of negativity, anger, and misfortune from the past year. It's a beautiful way to start fresh and welcome good luck in the new year. Now, Peng is specifically a northern Thai tradition, and this is where those stunning lanterns come in. Peng means second month in the old Lana language, referring to the second month of the Lana lunar calendar. During Peng, people release Khong Loy, which are floating lanterns made from rice paper stretched over a bamboo frame with a fuel cell at the bottom. As these lanterns rise into the sky, they symbolize the release of worries and bad luck, while inviting good fortune and blessings for the future. What makes Chiang Mai so incredibly special is that both festivals happen simultaneously. You get the magical sight of lanterns floating up into the sky, while krathongs drift down the river, all illuminated by thousands of candles, surrounded by traditional music and celebrations. It's absolutely breathtaking and one of the most photographed events in all of Southeast Asia. Alright, let's talk about the most important question. When exactly is this happening in 2026? Loy Krathong in 2026 falls on November 24th and 25th. This date is based on the full moon of the 12th lunar month in the traditional Thai calendar, so it changes every year. This year, the event was on November 5th and 6th. Next year, it's actually 2 weeks later, falling on November 24th and 25th. Loy Krathong and the Chiang Mai Lantern Festival typically overlap around the same full moon period. So the main lantern releases are happening on the evenings of November 24th and November 25th, 2026. Official organized events usually have specific release times, typically between 8 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. when everyone launches their lanterns together, creating that incredible sea of lights in the sky. However, the celebrations don't just happen in one night. Festival activities, cultural performances, and temple decorations can happen throughout the week surrounding these main dates. So if you're planning your trip, I'd recommend arriving a day or two before November 24th and staying through the 26th or even 27th to fully experience everything Chiang Mai has to offer during this time. I'll have up-to-date info pinned in the comments if there are any changes to the dates. Keep in mind, this is one of the busiest times of the year in Chiang Mai, so booking flights and accommodations well in advance is absolutely crucial. We'll talk more about that later in this video. My husband and I spent a good 7 days in Chiang Mai for the festival and exploring other parts of Chiang Mai like Lamphun, cafe hopping, eating northern Thai food, and celebrating with the locals, which felt way more authentic. If you're planning on staying longer, I'd highly recommend doing the Mae Hong Son Loop. It's such a beautiful loop that you can do either by bike or car, and you get to experience the Switzerland of Thailand, igloo glamping, the Long Neck Village, and some of the most incredible northern Thailand scenery. Now, let's get into the practical stuff. And honestly, some real talk about what participating in these lantern releases is actually like. This is information we wish we had before we went. And here's something really important to understand. Participation in the large-scale lantern releases typically requires purchasing tickets for official events. These organized events are held at designated venues and can be quite expensive, but if it's a bucket list experience for you, do not hesitate to go for it. You only live once, right? The famous CAD Lantern Festival, which is probably what you've seen in those stunning photos all over Instagram, can cost anywhere from 4,900 to 15,000 baht per person, which is approximately 130 to 430 euros or $150 to $500. There are two official places you can buy the tickets from. One is from their official site, which has a deposit payment for the tour package where they require you to deposit 30 to 40% of the full amount to confirm your tour. And the other one is from Get Your Guide. I highly recommend Get Your Guide because you get free cancellation up to 24 hours in advance for a full refund just in case your plans change. Keep in mind, tickets don't go on sale until mid-December this year, 2025. But if you're serious about going to this event in 2026, I wouldn't wait until later. We met a few people who had already gotten their tickets in February. I'm gonna leave more info down below, so don't forget to save this video to come back to it. If there are any updates on dates or tickets, I'm gonna leave them down in the comments below. Now, about finding events and dealing with conflicting information online. This was honestly one of the most frustrating parts of planning. We came across so much conflicting information about where lantern releases were happening and which ones were free versus paid. Sky lanterns are strictly prohibited within the city, with only designated areas outside the city permitted for their release. For example, we read on Facebook that there would be no lantern releases at the Doi Saket lakes, which have traditionally been free for years. Instead, people were being redirected to a dam nearby. Come to find out, the poor people who went there were stopped by the police from releasing their lanterns and then redirected back to the lakes where supposedly no lantern releases were happening. Could you imagine the frustration at that point? So a day before the festival, we found another temple located near Doi Saket lakes and decided to go there instead. We paid 500 baht each to get in, and the ticket included 2 lanterns per person, which we politely declined because we weren't interested in releasing lanterns. We just wanted to experience and immerse ourselves in the moment. Here's where it gets interesting. Later on, we found out that the lantern release at Doi Saket lakes actually did happen because we could see it from across the field in the distance. At Doi Saket Lakes, entry is free and you just pay 50 baht per lantern if you want to participate. So honestly, we felt a bit scammed afterwards paying 500 baht each when we could have just gone to a free venue. But all in all, we felt like we supported the local community since it was more intimate and, we got to experience the lanterns. This brings up an important point. There's a lot of misinformation circulating online, especially during that time, and it can be really hard to know what's accurate. Some of this might be deliberate to funnel tourists to certain paid events, while some is just outdated or incorrect information being shared. So what are the alternate ways to enjoy the festival? First, simply being present in Chiang Mai during the festival is an experience in itself. The entire city transforms, temples are decorated with thousands of candles and lanterns, streets are filled with cultural performances, and the atmosphere feels incredibly light and festive. Second, focus on the cultural aspects. Visit the temples during the festival period, watch the traditional performances at Tape Gate and Three Kings Monument, explore the night markets, try the special festival foods, and just immerse yourself in the celebrations. You don't need to release a lantern to feel the joy. Third, if you really want to witness the mass lantern releases up close, you can find viewpoints where you can watch without participating. We watched from our venue at the temple near Doi Saket, and we could also see the releases at Doi Saket Lakes in the distance. It was just absolutely breathtaking seeing thousands of lanterns rise into the sky. And fourth, consider participating in making a krathong as a cultural activity without necessarily releasing it. Or if you do release one, choose a biodegradable option made entirely from natural materials. The point is, there are many ways to experience this festival authentically without the high costs or environmental impact. Don't feel pressured to do everything just because that's what social media shows. Let's talk about the best viewing spots in Chiang Mai. First up is the Tape Gate. This is the main festival hub and the heart of celebrations in Chiang Mai. Here you'll find the opening ceremonies, traditional performances, parades, and the stunning lantern decorations all around the old city walls. It's incredibly vibrant and busy, but that's part of the magic. And best of all, it's completely free to experience. The Three Kings Monument is another great spot in the heart of the old city. This area hosts cultural shows, beauty pageants, and illuminated lantern displays. The atmosphere here is really special, with the historic monument lit up and surrounded by thousands of glowing lanterns. For temple visits, Wat Chediluang and Wat Pantao are absolutely must-sees. These iconic temples are decorated with hundreds of lanterns and candles, creating a magical, almost ethereal atmosphere. And the contrast between the ancient temple architecture and the soft glow of hundreds of lanterns is absolutely breathtaking. Perfect for photos and for experiencing the spiritual side of the festival. If you're looking for a more authentic experience, head to Lamphun for the 100,000 Lanterns Festival. You'll find thousands of lanterns at this ancient Buddhist temple complex. The 100,000 Lanterns Festival is an annual large-scale merit-making event, and it's part of the larger Peng Festival. The festival takes place annually between September and November for about 3 weeks, and it's free to attend. Here, you'll find mostly locals celebrating Loy Krathong, and it was here that we participated for the first time and hung our own lantern. One lantern costs about 100 baht as a donation to the temple, and if you go on a Friday, their walking night market has so many good food options. This was by far our most authentic experience of the week. The Peng riverbanks are ideal for watching Krathong releases on the water. You'll find locals and tourists gathered along the river, and you can observe the beautiful sight of hundreds of illuminated krathongs floating downstream. It's a more relaxed vibe compared to the main festival areas, and I have all the krathong release spots on our Google location pin. Comment Lantern Festival and I will send you the link. Now, regarding the organized lantern release venues outside the city, this is where you need to do your research carefully. As we mentioned, information online can be really conflicting and sometimes misleading. Our recommendation: book with Get Your Guide for the official CAD event, and if you're doing it on your own, then check multiple sources. Ask your hotel or guest house for current information, and if possible, scout locations a day or two before the festival. If you're finding value from this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more helpful videos like this in the future. Now, let's talk about krathongs themselves and the environmental considerations. A krathong is that beautiful, small, decorated basket we mentioned earlier. Traditionally, they're made from a slice of a banana trunk as the base, decorated with intricately folded banana leaves, fresh flowers like marigolds and roses. There's incense sticks and candles. They do have free stands where you can make your own, and sometimes your hostel or guest house will have their own krathong making activity, but you don't need to make your own krathong unless you really want to. They're widely available for purchase at markets along the riverbanks and at festival sites. So prices typically range from 20 to 150 baht, which is less than 3 euros or about $4 depending on the size and decoration. And here's something really important. There's a strong movement toward eco-friendly and biodegradable krathongs. Traditional krathongs made entirely from natural materials like banana leaves, banana trunk, and flowers are completely biodegradable and break down naturally in the water over time. Unfortunately, some vendors sell krathongs made with styrofoam, plastic decorations, or non-biodegradable materials. Please just avoid these and just choose natural krathongs to help protect Thailand's waterways. If you're environmentally conscious like we are, you might choose to participate in the cultural aspect of making a krathong in a workshop without releasing it into the water. Or you can simply appreciate the tradition by watching others and learning about its significance. The same goes for lanterns. While the site is absolutely magical, each lantern release contributes to waste and potential fire hazards. It's perfectly okay to attend the festival, watch the releases, and enjoy the spectacle without personally releasing one. You're still part of the celebration, and you're being a responsible traveler. Like us, we enjoyed watching everyone release their lanterns, but we ourselves chose not to release any, and we still had an amazing time. The lantern releases might get all the attention, but honestly, some of the most authentic and memorable experiences come from the cultural activities happening throughout the festival. Throughout the festival period, you'll find traditional Thai folklore performances, classical Lana dance shows, and traditional music concerts at various locations around the city. The Three Kings Monument area Pha and Tape Gate are particularly good spots for these cultural performances, and they're all free to watch. At the Three Kings Monument, you can get free festival souvenirs if you complete a quick survey done by the college students there. It was nice meeting them and receiving some keepsakes from the trip. There are also beauty pageants where contestants dress in traditional Thai costumes. These pageants celebrate Thai culture and the legend behind Loy Krathong. Parades are another highlight. You'll see elaborate floats, people in traditional dresses, and cultural groups marching through the streets, particularly around the old city. Food markets pop up everywhere during the festival. This is your chance to try authentic northern Thai dishes, street food, and local sweets. Do not miss out on khao soy. There's sai ua, which is a northern Thai sausage. They also have it in halal. And then the kanom kruk, which is a kind of coconut pancake. The night markets become even more vibrant during this time, and honestly, exploring these markets and trying different foods was one of our favorite parts of the entire experience. The combination of all these activities creates an immersive cultural experience that goes way beyond just releasing lanterns. It's a celebration of a Thai culture, community, and tradition. And the best part, most of these experiences are free or very affordable, making them accessible to everyone. Let's talk about transportation, because getting around during the festival can be quite challenging. In Chiang Mai, public transport is pretty limited compared to Bangkok. Your main options are tuk-tuks, songtaos, those red trucks that work as shared taxis. We have Grab, which is Thailand's version of Uber, and of course, renting a motorbike. If you're going to be renting a motorbike, we did a whole video on the best places to rent a motorbike in Chiang Mai, and I'll link it down below so you can check that out. During the festival, expect heavy traffic and large crowds, especially on the evenings of the main events. Streets around the old city, Tape Gate, and along the Peng River will be closed or extremely congested, so plan extra time for any journey and just be patient. If you're staying near the old city, many of the main celebration spots like the Tape Gate, Three Kings Monument, and the major temples are just within walking distance. Walking is actually a great option because traffic gets congested that you might move faster on foot. We walked to most places during the festival within the old town, and it was perfect. For getting to venues outside the city like Dosaket Lakes or other lantern release locations, you'll need to arrange transportation. Some organized events include shuttle service, but if you're going independently, book a Grab, negotiate with a tuk-tuk driver in advance, or do like we did and get a bike. Even we had a difficult time renting a bike last minute, but thankfully our good friend came through for us with a bike, which we were so grateful for. A few transportation tips. If you're using Grab or booking a tuk-tuk, do it well before the evening rush starts, ideally before 5 p.m. Prices will increase as demand goes up and availability becomes limited. And I literally mean that. If you're taking a tuk-tuk, always agree on the price before getting in. During the festival, expect to pay 100 to 200 baht for short distances within the old city and more for longer trips to outer areas. Expect longer wait times for your transport because even when we arrived 2 days prior to the event, we waited up to an hour and still couldn't get anyone to pick us up. Thankfully, a songtao was passing by and agreed to drop us off on the other side of town. So we were just grateful we arrived at our hotel finally after a 10-hour bus ride. One more thing, if you're planning to rent a scooter, be extra cautious. The streets are packed with pedestrians, traffic is chaotic, and visibility can be poor in crowded areas. If you're not confident riding in these conditions, stick to songtaos, tuk-tuks, and a Grab. Some of the essential apps that you should install before going are Grab, Bolt, and Lineman. This is crucial. Book everything as early as possible. Loy Krathong and Yipeng are some of the busiest times of the year in Chiang Mai. Hotels fill up months in advance, prices increase significantly, and flight tickets get expensive. If you're planning to visit in November 2026, I'd recommend booking your accommodation and flights by mid-2026 at the latest, ideally even earlier. For flights, use standard booking platforms like Skyscanner, Google Flights, or directly through airlines. I know that Bangkok Airways, Thai Airways, and Air Asia all have regular flights to Chiang Mai. If you're flying internationally, you'll likely connect through Bangkok, so check if a combined ticket or separate bookings work out cheaper. If you're in Bangkok, you can also also opt to take a bus or train to Chiang Mai, and you can find the bus and train info down below. For accommodation, the closer you are to the old city, the more convenient it will be for accessing the festival activities. Areas near the Taipei Gate or along the Peng River are ideal, and expect to pay more during this week period because budget houses that normally cost 500 to 800 baht per night might double or triple in price, and mid-range hotels will be 2,000 to 4,000 baht or more per night. Guys, I did extensive research prior to coming, and as much as we wanted to stay within the old city, everything was booked out. I've created a Google Maps location pins of all the lighting ceremonies happening at the different locations, the Loy Krathong release spots, the lantern release spots, hotels, guest houses, and hostels with options for different budgets and styles, aesthetic cafes for my girlies, must-try and halal food spots, and so much more. I'll be updating the map as I get more info about alternate and up-to-date locations, so comment Lantern Festival and I'll send you the link. Of course, use booking platforms like booking.com, Agoda, Airbnb, or even reach out to the guest houses directly on their website or Facebook, but read reviews carefully and check cancellation policies. Some places require full payment upfront during this busy period, and sometimes hostels and hotels overbook, and the last thing you want is being stranded the night before the festivals. Before we wrap up, here are some important tips and things to keep in mind. First is respect the cultural significance of these festivals. This isn't just a party or photo opportunity, it's a deeply meaningful spiritual event for Thai people. Whether you choose to participate in releases or not, approach the festival with respect and cultural sensitivity. Dress appropriately. You'd think that would be common sense, especially if you're visiting temples. Avoid shorts, tank tops, and revealing clothing. Dress as you would for a temple visit, modest and respectful. Don't be these people, and don't drink and smoke in and around temple grounds, as it's highly disrespectful and common sense, right? Be prepared for crowds. It's going to be busy, packed, and sometimes chaotic. Stay patient, keep your belongings secure, and keep an eye on children and elderly companions. Pickpocketing can happen in very crowded areas, so keep valuables close, and this is just general travel rule for anywhere you go, right? Here's something we learned. Don't stress too much about having the perfect festival experience. We went in with certain expectations based on what we saw online, encountered some surprises and challenges with venue information, and honestly felt a bit frustrated at times. But you know what? We still had an incredible time in Chiang Mai, and the city during the festival is incredible, and there are just so many ways to experience it. You don't need to spend thousands of baht on an expensive commercial event to really immerse yourself. Some of the best moments were walking through the old city at night, watching the temple decorations, trying street food at the night markets, and just soaking in the atmosphere. Just be flexible and open-minded. Things might not go exactly as planned, information might be confusing or inaccurate even, and you might need to adjust your plans, and that's okay. That's part of traveling. Finally, think about what kind of traveler you want to be. For us, being mindful of environmental impact and not contributing to over-commercialization was important. For you, it might be different, and that's totally fine. Just make conscious decisions that align with your values. And that's our honest guide to experiencing Loy Krathong and Yi Peng in Chiang Mai in 2026. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more honest travel guides. Have you experienced Loy Krathong or Yi Peng before? What was your experience like? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories and any more helpful tips you might have for future travelers. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Safe travels, guys.